तो गाइस आप लोगों को तो पता है कि हमारे पास जो इंडिया का सबसे पुराना हार्डकोर वर्ल्ड है विद 16,000 डेज एंड उसके अंदर जो हमने बहुत ज्यादा हार्ड और ब्यूटीफुल बिल्ड्स बनाई हैं। लेकिन ये वीडियो जो है मेरे बारे में नहीं है, अदर क्रिएटर्स के बारे में, क्योंकि आज हम देखने वाले हैं कि बाकी क्रिएटर्स ने कितनी ब्यूटीफुल और हार्ड बिल्ड्स बनाई हैं। तो ऑलराइट, लेट्स गो।
The Minecraft community is constantly breaking barriers with new builds, from creating a one-to-one perfect recreation of the earth to remake.
एंड ये जो है ना गाइस 1-to-1 स्केल का अर्थ माइनक्राफ्ट में ये पूरा जो है अभी वर्किंग प्रोजेक्ट है। लाइक जो चीज फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा जो है ये घर भी है, राइट, ये घर एग्जैक्टली माइनक्राफ्ट में उतने ही साइज का बन रहा है। लाइक ये वर्ल्ड की फाइल बहुत बड़ी होने वाली है एंड इस प्रोजेक्ट पे काफी सालों से काम चल रहा है। तो यार देखते हैं भाई क्या होता है एंड या मैं आपको अपडेटेड रखूंगा इस प्रोजेक्ट से। एंड ऑल्सो इस वीडियो में कोई भी बिल्ड अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं बनाऊं तो कमेंट से जरूर बताना। एंड या इस वीडियो का एम रखते हैं 8,000 लाइक, तो जल्दी से जो है लाइक एम पूरा कर दो।
fully working games in Minecraft. These are just a few of Minecraft's most mind-blowing creations which we'll be looking at today. We're all familiar with Minecraft's naturally generating structure.
बोरिंग भाई, बोरिंग होते हैं नेचुरली जनरेटेड स्ट्रक्चर्स, बहुत ज्यादा बोरिंग होते हैं।
However, with no updates in years, they can get kind of boring, which is why players Trixie Blocks and Pixelplex decided to upscale these structures.
ये तो यार हमने भी एक बार हमने भी अपग्रेड तो किया यार वो गोल्डन कासल के साथ में डेजर्ट टेंपल को, पर ऑफ कोर्स ट्रिक्सी ब्लॉक्स ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है।
With significantly more detail, but these don't even compare to this absolutely insane, nearly 500 by 500 record-breaking remake of the Desert Pyramid. Making the only thing this pyramid needs to worry about is an attack from these builds, which are stop motions built completely frame by frame in Minecraft. And when finally putting together every frame built, it creates an incredible animation inside the world. But we're just scratching the surface of insane.
ये तो क्रेजी था, ये तो मैंने कभी भी नहीं देखा। तो अगर आप लोगों को नहीं पता तो ये चीजें बहुत ही ज्यादा यार रियल लाइफ में करना हार्ड है। यहाँ भाई लोग माइनक्राफ्ट में कर रहे हैं भाई। वी आर स्टीव भाई, हैट्स ऑफ टू यू भाई, ये बहुत ही क्रेजी चीज है।
Putting together every frame built, it creates an incredible animation inside the world. But we're just scratching the surface of insane builds. You see, Starry Night is one of the most famous paintings in the world. So a player
बहुत ज्यादा फेमस, आई थिंक बाय लियोनार्डो डा विंची है स्टारी पेंटिंग। आई थिंक ये स्टारी नाइट जो है बाय लियोनार्डो डा विंची और बहुत ज्यादा फेमस पेंटिंग है।
named Chris the Cow made an exact 3D replica of the painting in Minecraft. This took over a month to build and is done through a 3-dimensional parallax effect, making you feel fully immersed into the painting. It was perfectly built to the point where when standing on this block, it actually makes it kind of difficult to notice the difference between the real one, which gives me an idea. But for paintings of that value, they need to have the biggest and best security possible. So take a look at Crafty Masterman's mega piston door that is 16 times the regular size. And not to mention, it actually works. By each piston being powered by 2 flying machines.
इतनी ज्यादा लैगी हो रखी है, वीडियो तक लैगी है भाई।
For paintings of that value, they need to have the biggest and best security possible. So take a look.
ये क्या लिखा है नीचे? हाँ ये देखना चाहता, नीचे कुछ मैसेज लिखा है। for lol मुंबा फनी जूम फास्ट वोल्ट पिस्टन डो। ओके मुंबा का आई थिंक मजाक उड़ाया जा रहा है। ओके यहाँ पे देखो गाइस क्लियरली क्या चीज है। गाइस ये सब तो पिक्सल आर्ट है, लेकिन ये जो है बीच में वर्किंग ब्लॉक्स है भाई। देखो
Crafty Masterman's mega piston door that is 16 times the regular size. And not to mention, it actually works. By each piston being powered by 2 flying machines, this allows them to fully extend and retract, which can make for these massively upscaled builds to use these massively upscaled piston doors that when next to me makes me look like a pixel, especially when comparing me to some of Minecraft's most insane map art, which is made by placing specific blocks in specific areas then loading it with a map. This image of the earth from the moon is a map art built by Garden of Eden, which consists of over 12.8 million blocks.
0.8 million blocks. Well, देखो इनको फेक करना इजी है, पर जिन लोगों ने भी सर्वाइवल में करा है हैट्स ऑफ टू देम। या बट इनको फेक करना बहुत इजी है। इट्स वेरी इजी, एक्चुअली वेरी इजी, क्योंकि अभी जो एक वेबसाइट एग्जिस्ट करती है जो रियल लाइफ चीजों को जो है माइनक्राफ्ट मैप को कन्वर्ट करके दे देगी एंड उसके बाद तो बस प्लेस ही करना है। दैट्स वेरी इजी।
And it's 28 by 28 maps long, or 784 total maps, making this the biggest map art ever built in Minecraft. And as if that wasn't crazy enough, it was built fully in survival mode, taking up a fourth of the world's loaded end dimension. Map art can be used to create these incredible images. However, it can also be used to trick other players through recreating known Minecraft textures. Just like how Bosco Inks made this identical build of the death screen, which when made correctly can actually be used to troll other players.
Damn, कितनी ज़्यादा रियल लग रही है।
Especially when having it at their spawn location, and goes hand in hand with this remake of the pause menu, which may throw some players off when seeing it for the first time in their world. These massive
भाई कितना क्रेजी लग रहा है। और गाइस अगर आप चाहते हो कि इन सब चीजों को मैं अपने हार्डकोर वर्ल्ड में बनाऊं, स्पेशली डेथ मैसेज को, तो कमेंट्स में जरूर बताना।
builds are pretty cool, but I think it's time to take a look at something a bit more chaotic, like this working AC-130 bomber plane in Minecraft, which functions by using several TNT dupers, allowing it to drop hundreds of TNT a minute, and can travel up to 3.5 blocks a second. And not to mention that it is actually fully rideable. Imagine Imagine waking up in your server and then
Okay.
seeing your friend
भाई
flying
हाँ,
this
ये देखा,
monstrosity
literally देखा है।
directly
ये
at
ओसान ने I think लोयल्स एमपी सीजन 2 में बनाया था भाई, क्रेजी था यार।
your house. I think it's safe to say that friendship won't last long. Now moving on to some of the most mind-tricking builds in the game. Like
Okay.
this endless spiral
Oh,
island
bhai.
built by Amy Oak, where several spiral rings come together to create an incredible illusion to look
Yes,
at. But the
लग रहा है भाई,
builder
legit लग
didn't
रहा है,
stop
बहुत लग रहा है।
there because the same creator made this playable skyblock island that is in the shape of a Morbius strip, which just
Bhai.
looks insane. I
कितनी-
can't even wrap my head around it.
कितना
Neither
illusion लग
can I
रहा है।
wrap my head around these colorful knots and spirals built by
Bhai.
Bosco Wings, which includes multiple incredible builds that when put
Damn,
all
bhai.
together are actually pretty satisfying to look at. And speaking of satisfying, take a look at this dissolving statue, whereby
Oh.
using command blocks, this stone chunk will start to carve itself out. By the way,
Oh.
these videos take a very long time to make, so if you could subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But after dissolving
bhai.
for 20 minutes, it creates this
Bhai.
awesome recreation of the Thinker sculpture. But now moving higher up into the sky,
भाई लोग कितने क्रेजी है। मैं सोचता हूँ कि ठीक ठाक बिल्ड्स बना लेता हूँ, जब ऐसी चीज देखता हूँ तो भाई लगता है क्यों बना रहे हैं छी भाई, क्यों बना रहा हूँ ये सब भाई। These people are crazy भाई।
is the Voyager
ये देख लो
X,
भाई,
which
ये देख लो कितना तगड़ा भाई सर्वाइवल में बना रखा है, कितना तगड़ा शिप
is the
है।
largest spaceship that has ever been built in Minecraft, equating to
लाइक इसको देखो और मेरे वाले स्पेसशिप को देखो, लाल कलर का जो हार्डकोर वर्ल्ड में कुछ नहीं है भाई, कंपैरिजन में कुछ नहीं है वो।
over 4.4 million blocks, taking
4.4
700 hours to
Damn.
fully complete. Spanning
Bro.
almost 1,000 blocks long, this build consists of 21 different floors,
Bhai.
including ones for the Space Force that holds many fighter jets, a school that has multiple sporting courts,
Bhai.
bedrooms, numerous farms, and several more to allow anyone
Bhai.
on board to fully survive when in space. However, I think it's missing one thing: on-board games, which is why I
Okay.
think this fully working and
Oh.
playable Pac-Man machine built by Mr. Squishy is a perfect fit. But that was just the beginning of his
भाई
build.
साहब वर्क कर रही है माइनक्राफ्ट में। कमांड्स ब्लॉक बहुत ज्यादा यूज किए गए हैं इसमें भाई, डेफिनेटली।
Because the same creator
Oh.
used over 350,000 command blocks
What?
and nearly 2 years to create the entirety of Pokemon Red in Minecraft.
Arre
That's right, you
bhai
can play the
sahab.
full game in vanilla with 0 mods, including fights,
Bhai.
catching, training, and dialogue. Literally anything you can think of.
पागल भाई क्या है ये? 2 साल पोकेमोन रेड बनाने के लिए। आई मीन गेम इज गुड, पोकेमोन रेड इज अ गुड गेम, बट 2 साल माइनक्राफ्ट में हैट्स ऑफ भाई, हैट्स ऑफ। लोग क्या क्या क्रेजी चीजें करते हैं। यार भाई हम तो कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे हैं यार इनके मुकाबले। What
Is
the hell?
remade in this game.
Bro.
He even included iconic bugs as well as the ability to change the Game Boy colors, all in this amazing stadium. I don't even know how this is legal. I can't wait until I can speedrun Minecraft and kill the Ender Dragon while in Minecraft. While most players like to kill the Ender Dragon, a YouTuber named Sandiction likes to trap his, and did so by making this awesome build, whereby utilizing a bug that stops the Ender Dragon from flying, he was able to keep it in the middle of the end in a cage, and then
Bhai.
built chains from the cage to a ring full of every single biome around it. So when completed, it actually looks like the dragon was fully trapped in the sky, and the
Bhai.
entire thing was built in hardcore Minecraft, which makes this build even more impressive. Now we're
That's
all
crazy,
familiar
bhai.
with normal pixel art. However, this pixel art room took it to the
Bhai.
next level, completely tricking your eyes. You see, these blue lines on the wall appear to be in a zigzag pattern. But what if I told you that they are actually completely level
Bhai.
and straight, which they are.
ये स्ट्रेट है। मेरे को एक सेकंड, zigzag पैटर्न ही बन रखा है यहाँ पे देखो।
Took it to the next level, completely tricking your eyes. You see, these
देखो।
blue lines on the wall appear to be in a zigzag pattern. But
zigzag
what
लग
if I
रही हैं।
told you that they are
गाइस कौन से बताओ, मेरे को अभी भी zigzag ही लग रही है। लाइक देखो ये वाली लाइन यहाँ से टेढ़ी जा रही है, ये वाली लाइन यहाँ से टेढ़ी जा रही है। टेढ़ी ही है भाई, टेढ़ी ही है भाई प्रॉपर।
actually completely level and straight, which they are. And on the ceiling and
Bro,
floor are
and
these
नीचे तो
black and
definitely
white
illusion
stripes
है।
that create the illusion that they are slightly moving, which is also completely false, making
Huh?
this by far one of the trippiest Minecraft
Bhai,
rooms
सच
that
में।
I've ever been in. We've seen pixel art as well as traditional 3D builds, but what
Okay.
if you combined the two together, which is
Arre.
exactly what Beige the Builder did in this island build, where because of the combination,
Okay.
it creates an interesting illusion that at the right angle makes the build look just like a painting, which can introduce
Okay.
a brand new style to Minecraft builds that we've never really seen before, opening several new possibilities. And when
Okay.
exploring the build
Alright.
in game, it literally makes me feel like I'm trapped in a cartoon. We've now
Why?
seen some of the biggest builds possible in
okay.
Minecraft. So let's quickly take a look at some very interesting yet simple miniature builds that you
Okay.
can create to impress your friends.
Okay, Okay, small builds देखते हैं.
Like this mini nether biome that uses blocks in unique ways to actually make it look like the dimension, and even makes a baby zombie look like a giant. This awesome ender dragon build used a mixture of unique blocks to recreate a dead version of the mob, and even used an end rod with a candle to look like a sword going through its head. And this is a Pether Nordle, which is an
illegal blocks की वजह से हम उल्टा nether portal बना सकते हैं.
inverted nether portal built fully in survival mode, which is done by building a redstone suppressor that prevents certain blocks from updating, allowing you to mine and break parts of the portal without the full portal breaking. So after leaving specific blocks left, you can successfully make a fully inverted nether portal. The only thing that would make this portal cooler is if it teleported you to this piston door world, which includes every possible piston door in the game, including ones that hold the world record for the fastest to close to the most complex doors in the game. Now this next one completely one-ups every other build we've seen yet, as it is a one-to-one perfect recreation of the Earth, where thousands of players are coming together to build an exact remake of every single country, city, and building in the world. And that's right, your house will be made in this build. Set to take several more years and millions of more blocks to finish, it makes this by far the biggest and most mind-blowing build ever in Minecraft.
भाई क्रेजी यार, क्या तगड़े बिल्ड्स हैं. ऑलराइट, नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हमारे पास है माइंड ब्लोइंग बिल्ड्स की, जो कि है भाई चल कर ग्राफ. लेट्स सी.
So let's get right into it.
Okay.
We are all familiar with the piston doors.
Of course,
they come in many
is,
different shapes and forms. But this door here doesn't even come close to what I'm about to show you. Drum roll please. This is a 256 by 256 piston door built by Lord John 25. Yep, you heard me right. It stretches from the bedrock up to the sky limit. It takes about 10 minutes to open and looks pretty insane.
But Lowry, the height limit isn't 256 anymore, so there must be a bigger one.
You are right, my friend. Shortly after the 1.18 snapshot came out, Lord John rushed to his PC and was the first one to make this. A 384 by 384 piston door. It's the same concept, just on a bigger scale.
0 से लेके बिल्ड लिमिट तक का एक पिस्टन डोर जिसको 10 मिनट लगते हैं क्लोज एंड ओपन होने में. Bro!
Using the same flying extensions.
Damn,
to open the door, just press this button. As you can see, the flying machines will start moving layer by layer. And now you just have to wait. Oh, for how long you ask? I waited for about 30 minutes, but it really depends on your PC specs. So yeah, it's a big door. Though it's not still big enough to fit your mom. I interrupt this bad joke by bringing you something that is fun and free. Everything has and better. The reason I picked this one is that it's probably the biggest of the fire by industrial, but there are also some awesome things that the community has built. And one of those things is this super huge logo, meaning we have talked about the 2B2T Minecraft server before in our videos. But for anyone that doesn't know, 2B2T is the
oldest anarchy server in Minecraft.
2B2T जिनको नहीं पता, Minecraft का सबसे पुराना एनार्की सर्वर है. एनार्की सर्वर मतलब वहाँ पे कोई रूल्स नहीं है. यू लाइक हैकिंग तक अलाउड है, सब कुछ अलाउड है, तुम तोड़ सकते हो, कुछ भी कर सकते हो. बस बेसिकली एनार्की का मतलब होता है बिना रूल्स का सर्वर. तो 2B2T एनार्की सर्वर है, लेकिन सबसे पुराना बहुत ही खतरनाक है भाई. उसके स्पॉन तक का एस्केप करना बहुत मुश्किल है.
Meaning there are no rules in that server. Since it is a pretty popular server, there are also some awesome things that the community has built. And one of those things is this super huge logo built over the spawn of 2B2T. It was built by the group named Spawn Masons, and is the biggest building in the server if you don't count the highways. It's really hard to grasp how big this thing is. It looks insane. It consists of 28 million obsidian blocks and surprisingly only took 8 days to complete. And that's because the group used over 60 bots to help them build it. Each bot was...
हाँ, जैसा मैंने कहा कि कोई रूल है नहीं सर्वर पे, हैकिंग कर सकते हैं लोग. लिटरली बोट्स बुला लेते हैं, बोट से बनाया इस बिल्ड को भाई.
Given a section of the logo to build, and about a week later the build was done. It seems easy, but gathering 60 Minecraft accounts is a challenge by itself. Plus they had to code the bot, plan the build, and also gather the materials for it. Insane dedication from the Spawn Masons. If you want to know more about the build, make sure to check out this video by SalC1. Next up, we have a YouTuber called MattBatWings. This is what he built. Yeah, I am as confused as you. But actually, that is a real calculator built in Minecraft. How insane is that? I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how this thing works.
किसी को नहीं आइडिया भाई, मैं जिसने बनाया उसके अलावा किसी को आइडिया नहीं कैसे वर्क करती है.
So if you want to
This
know
works by literally real calculator, real calculation कर सकता है वो real calculation Minecraft के अंदर ही.
more, check out
Yes.
Matt's video. Anyway, this calculator can add, subtract, multiply and divide. It can also calculate a square root
Square
or
number?
a square. So let's try it out. Just enter two random numbers and choose what you want to do. And boom! It takes a bit of time,
Loading
but
भी
the
है.
fact that it works so well
Bhai.
is amazing. And it's in Minecraft. But that is not it. Matt
Damn.
has a ton of similar awesome redstone builds
Okay.
on his channel.
Bhai.
But the one I want to show you is this, a
Tic-tac.
tic-tac-toe game. But it's
Tic-tac-toe,
not a
huh?
regular tic-tac-toe, where you can only play with two players.
Okay.
Here you can also play against the AI, which
Oh.
has two modes, normal and unbeatable. Yep, you heard me right. This AI built in Minecraft is smarter at tic-tac-toe than you. So let's try it out.
AI
Set the mode on
Minecraft के अंदर ही.
unbeatable and go. As you can see, it's always gonna be a tie or I lose. It's impossible to win against this AI. Matt also
Damn,
explains in his video how the AI works, and it doesn't even seem that complicated. But looking at the redstone, my brain just melts away. Next up, we have a pretty interesting project. This one is called the Uncensored Library.
Okay.
Let me explain.
हाँ अनसेंसर्ड लाइब्रेरी ये एक्चुअली काफी क्रेजी चीज है जो आई थिंक मेजॉरिटी ऑफ आप लोगों को भी पता नहीं होगा. मेरे को पता है इसके बारे में लेकिन आपको सुनना चाहिए. एक्चुअली काफी क्रेजी चीज है.
What that means. In many countries, websites, social media, and blogs are controlled by a strict government.
Yes, banned
This
होते हैं.
means that many young people grow up in controlled and heavily manipulated systems. And this is where Minecraft, the most popular video game in the world, comes in. Since Minecraft isn't banned in any country, the RSF uses this loophole to bypass the internet censorship. Just download this word, or if you can't access it, use this IP. Make sure that you're using Minecraft 1.18, and now you can have access to the many articles and blogs that are banned or restricted in different parts of the world.
बेसिकली इस सर्वर के अंदर आपको मिल जाता है बैंड मीडिया जो बाकी कंट्रीज में अलाउड नहीं है या फिर किसी कंट्री जैसे हमारी इंडिया में कुछ चीजें अलाउड नहीं है, तो वो भी मीडिया आपको यहाँ पे मिल जाएगा. बुक्स, आर्टिकल, सब ऐसी चीजें. ये अनसेंसर्ड लाइब्रेरी है, यहाँ पे कुछ भी चीज सेंसर्ड नहीं है, हर चीज आपको अवेलेबल मिल जाएगी.
And now you can know actually what is going on in these countries.
Yes.
The map consists of 180 different countries,
Bhai.
all ranked based on the Press Freedom Index. This helps young people to form their own
Damn,
views
bhai.
without being restricted or censored. I myself even spent some time here, and it's pretty interesting to learn out what the situation is around the world. So
Bhai,
if you're interested
definitely.
in that,
This is
check it
actually
out.
crazy.
But
जिन लोगों ने बनाया काफी क्रेजी है भाई.
now we
That's all.
have another computational redstone marvel. This is a 1 Hz computer built by a YouTube user Torb.
Okay.
Yes, you heard me right. This is not just a calculator, but a computer that can also run programs.
What?
It has two different screens and many features like random number generator and, for example, a simple calculator.
Okay.
The 1 Hz clock speed means that
Bhai.
each line of program memory takes 1 second to load. That
Oh.
might seem low compared to today's standards, but for a redstone computer, it is pretty damn
Bhai.
fast. There are also many more complicated parts and functions that this computer
Some jump, ignore, add, no jump.
can do. And if you want to learn more,
Address-
check out this video. It is
Damn,
pretty
bhai.
interesting. Next up, some
कंप्यूटर तक बना दिया. ये नहीं पता मेरे को. कैलकुलेटर का मेरे को पता था. आई थिंक वन बाय उसके ऊपर बनाई थी वीडियो, बट कंप्यूटर का नहीं पता भाई मेरे को. डैम भाई, इस कंप्यूटर को चेकआउट करना पड़ेगा भाई. क्या करें, कैसे काम करते हैं, एक वीडियो बनाते हैं कंफ्यूजिंग बिल्ड्स के बारे में, लाइक जो बहुत ही ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड और कंफ्यूजिंग बिल्ड्स हैं, इनके ऊपर एक वीडियो बनाते हैं. क्या बोलते हैं भाई, कमेंट से जरूर बताना. बनाएंगे अगर आप लोग चाहते हो तो.
something different, a farm, but not just a regular farm. This is a Ender Dragon
अरे
farm
हाँ,
designed by
Ender
Fast
Dragon Reagan.
Jacks. Yep,
Ender
you
Dragon
can now
Reagan.
farm Ender Dragons, and the design is a lot easier than the redstone computer.
Okay.
I will
मैंने कभी
explain
बनाई
and
नहीं
show
by the
you
way.
quickly how it all works.
Okay.
First, you will have to turn on the TNT duper right here.
Okay.
After that, go on top of this trapdoor.
ओके ये जो है एंडर ड्रैगन रेगन नहीं है. एक चीज, एक और बिल्ड है जो वन शॉट कर देती है एंडर ड्रैगन को. ये वो नहीं है, ये आई थिंक फार्म एंडर ड्रैगन को.
And hold down the right click with the end crystals in your hand.
Okay.
The trapdoor will open and the piston system will push you around while you place down the end crystals.
Okay.
After that, the end crystals on top of the towers will start appearing.
Okay.
And you will be launched on top of here with the bubble elevator. When the last crystal spawns, it will trigger the other TNT dupers that will destroy the healing towers.
Okay.
And at the same time, also the dragon spawns and starts getting killed by the TNT duper at the top. It takes a bit of time, but soon the dragon will be dead and the XP will fall into the water below that will direct it to you. After that, the loop just starts all over again.
अरे भाई.
It's super unique design.
Damn.
And if you want to check it out yourself,
यार, ये तो
Fast
बना
Jazz
सकते हैं.
even has a tutorial on it on his channel.
Damn, भाई.
Definitely worth checking out.
इसको बनाना
But
पड़ेगा.
now, some even more complex redstone.
Okay.
This is a binary encoded rainbow beacon machine designed by cubic meter.
Okay.
It uses zero ticking pistons in a complex sequence to shift between colors.
Okay.
You might think that it's nothing
ओके ये कलर्स की शेड्स निकालता है आई थिंक.
special and it's easy to make something like that.
Okay.
But you are wrong. It's not just a regular rainbow beacon machine. This one shifts between colors super smoothly. It can transition
ओके समझ गए गाइस. एक होता है गाइस कलर चेंज करना, रेड से ब्लू करना, लेकिन एक होता है रेड से धीरे हल्का फेड आउट होकर ब्लू में जाना. दैट इज द मोस्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स थिंग. एंड ये चीज जो है ये मशीन अचीव करती है वो.
between 176 different
Damn.
colors and it is a pretty complex machine.
बाय द वे माइनक्राफ्ट में सिर्फ 16 कलर एग्जिस्ट करते हैं और यहाँ पे 176 के बीच में जो है वो किया जा रहा है यूजिंग ग्लास बेसिकली. अगर आप मल्टीपल लेयर के कलर ग्लासेस यूज करते हो तो आप नए कलर्स बना सकते हो गेम के अंदर. एंड यहाँ पे उस चीज का बहुत बड़ा फायदा उठाया गया है.
The pros with this design over the feed tape design is that it can be reset at any point in the cycle.
Reset भी कर सकते हो,
Also,
okay.
the beacon beam can be thick, unlike in some other similar designs. Cubic Meter has many other awesome redstone contraptions
क्यूबिक मीटर को देखा भाई मैंने, बहुत सारी क्रेजी चीजें एंड फार्म्स बनाते हैं क्यूबिक मीटर. मेक श्योर टू चेक हिम आउट. क्रेजी
on his channel, like the Obsidian farm, for example.
Yes.
Link to his channel will
बहुत
be
तगड़ा obsidian farm
below.
है.
But I will go and continue building my cobblestone generator now. Thanks for watching. See ya.
तो गाइस ये थी माइनक्राफ्ट की कुछ तगड़ी एंड कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बिल्ड्स. आई होप आपको अच्छी लगी. गाइस यहाँ पे जो वीडियो देख रहे हो स्पेशली आपके लिए पिक करी, जाके उस पे क्लिक करो एंड एंजॉय.